Okay, yes then the people. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I'm wishing you all a happy new year and a prosperous 2022. I feel like 2022 is going to be the year of the civil claim. Lots of auditors getting their fingers in the proverbial civil claims pie, I guess you could call it. So yeah, I expect a lot of movement and traction to build in 2022 regarding actions against the police and civil litigation. So as the title would suggest, this video is regarding the officers I encountered whilst filming outside Chadwell Heath, one of the Met's 4 TSG bases. For those that aren't aware, TSG stands for Territorial Support Group. They're considered to be the quote-unquote muscle for the Met Police Service and are often deployed to tackle protesters, amongst other such uses, such as controlling gangs and so on. So I was filming outside Chadwell Heath TSG base on the 29th of September at around 5 p.m. I was quickly accosted by PC Beach, who was quick to question me and eventually detained me to search me under Section 55 of the Terrorism Act in the absence of any sort of grounds or objective reasoning. We are, of course, aware that Section 55 of the Terrorism Act does not exist. This was later corrected to Section 44, which was still wrong. In the video, as you would have seen, my initial reaction was to comply with the search, as I often do. In this case, however, I hadn't heard of Section 55 of the Terrorism Act, and I was aware that it was a blatant, unapologetic misuse of power. So I chose not to resist, but to probe PC Beach on the legislation he was using. This then prompted PC Beach, along with the help of 3 other officers, to tackle me to the ground, handcuff me, which resulted in injuries to my face, wrist, and a rip to my jacket. So yeah, rest in peace, that jacket.
Yeah, so this is the face situation. You know, they tackled me to the ground, left a scratch on my face. So
I was then searched and remained in handcuffs whilst officers attempted to identify me, which of course was a further abuse of their powers, as the Terrorism Act in any capacity does not give officers the power to keep a person detained further for the purposes of finding out their identity. A stop and search power should only be used to search said person for items relating to terrorism and no more. If they were that concerned about my identity and possible terrorist motives I may have had, they surely would have arrested me, taken me into custody and tried identifying me through alternative means. They didn't. The search had obviously come back negative and I was eventually released after about 35 minutes. I was reassured at the time of the search that the body-worn video of the incident would be made available to me. So naturally, my next steps were to make a subject access request for the body-worn video of PC Beach. Here you will see my attempts I made to gain access to this footage. So like Hampshire, the Met don't seem to be interested in promoting any form of transparency, and it seems as though they're trying to withhold the footage from me. So anyhow, it was clear from what you would have witnessed in the Chadwell Heath video that there were several mishaps and thus blatant grounds for a civil claim to ensue. I made contact with my civil claim solicitors in late October, who reviewed the footage. I remember one of my solicitors taking a particular interest in the conduct of the plainclothes bold officer, who at the time of the incident made comments saying that it didn't matter what section of the act that they were using and that it was the Terrorism Act. So I'm sure that if this would even make it to court, that particular comment, you know, that comment wouldn't go down well with the judge. So moving swiftly on, by the 3rd of December, I received correspondence back from my solicitors saying that the Met solicitors had responded to their letter before claim and acknowledged it, and that they expect a response within 3 to 4 months. This is, of course, an arbitrary guideline, and these things can often take far longer. It's a common tactic amongst police and their solicitors to try and delay these processes as long as possible in order to inconvenience and deter the claimant. So guys, just know, if you are going to proceed with actions against the police, please exercise some patience when doing so, as these things take time. You know, especially in my Stoke Newington case, that's only going to be allocated, like the court in which the hearing is going to be held is only going to be allocated in May. And I made the claim in March 2020. So think, what, like 15 months after me actually making the claim, it's only going to be allocated in May. So yeah, that's the latest with the Chadwell Heath incident. I'll keep you guys updated as and when new developments emerge. For the time being, hang tight, enjoy your new year, have a drink on me, be patient, have faith, and slowly we'll achieve what we set out to achieve. So yeah, any feedback on these style of videos is greatly appreciated. So yeah, peace.
Complain,